Hello and welcome. Today I have with me Szymon Deska, one of the 9 players that went through the qualifiers for Age 2022. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing quite fine. Maybe a little bit tired, but I'm doing quite well. How about
Let's.
you?
I'm doing great. Let's start with talking about qualifiers itself a little. In the first round, it seemed like you looked way more comfortable than in the finals. Mistakes were more frequent there. What was the difference for you between those two matches?
I don't think there was much difference. I think it was just to do with my overall performance during the whole day because I woke up like in the morning and I didn't feel it honestly.
Hmm.
I just when I woke up I didn't really feel like I will be driving well and uh, I'm not sure why I played so much worse in the final, but it has to do with pressure for sure. And it was I think also the fact that I didn't have my best day.
Hmm.
But as I said, I think it was mostly pressure during the final. It's why I made more mistakes and um yeah, the final was very inconsistent. As in like there were moments when I had like 3 good rounds, then I had like 3 terrible rounds, and again and again.
Hmm. I
There
understand.
wasn't like consistent performance. It was like torn apart like all the time.
I think overall, I would call it quite a good performance. Like overall, the qualifiers, it showed that you have put time into practice. I mean, we were talking even before the maps got released, and it felt like you were very motivated. How much time did you put into practice, like daily?
I wanted to put a lot of time, but unfortunately, I didn't really have as much drive as I wanted to. I think in the end, maybe it was like 3 hours daily, like on average. But I mean, you say I was motivated. Like, I also wanted to say that I'm happy to qualify because like this was a part of my like long-term plan for this year. A
Hmm.
part of long-term plan,
Hmm.
yes. Which actually started already in spring. Basically, the plan was my plan was to actually be at my peak performance during the Meloy qualifier and Meloy tournament itself. So the plan basically like involved me like training for spring season of the OGL.
Hmm.
Later on, uh, like playing the campaign, the bits of spring campaign, also the summer campaign, and also I was planning to participate in the World Cup, but in the end I didn't. Well, I didn't plan it, but there was the Comic-Con event as well,
Yeah,
which I was very happy to participate in. It
yeah.
wasn't part of my plan, but it very
You got
nicely
top
like
three,
aligned.
right?
Yeah.
uh,
um, so the plan was to really like train and come like have my be ready for this medal qualifier.
I think the plan looks like it's going well. The improvements are here, but now we got this space between the qualifiers and the main event. And I wanted to ask you, what do you think is the main thing or the main things that you need to work on before the main event?
I think the thing which I need to work the most is confidence on the maps. I've tried a different training like schedule for this event, as in a different way to train. For example, for the um, there was the eSwap Cup as well. For the eSwap Cup, I put in like all my effort into practicing just pure pace, and it didn't really work out because I still didn't have the confidence for rounds. Um, then was this qualifier where I tried to like focus all on consistency, and in the match it turned out that I also didn't have the confidence which I wanted. So right now, like during this week and possibly the next week, I'm going to my practice like rhythm that I did for Comic-Con qualify, which was like practicing pure pace, like up until like the last few days where I would just go all out, like practicing consistency
Mhm.
with as highest pace as possible.
I think this interview is a quite unique opportunity to talk to a player that is at the same time um, a participant in a tournament, but also a member of a team of mappers that have created the maps for the set tournament. You told me that you didn't have anything to do with creation of the maps, but how would you rate the work of your teammates at Waypoint Mapping?
I think the map pack is really made well for the competition, as in you can see that it is clearly designed to be a difficult map pack. And I think the job put by the mappers was really good, as well as there were some issues with the map at first, but they were quickly fixed. So there's also this. And also the very nice thing about this map pack is that it's very varied. We have slower maps like the Histo map, for example, which is like more like RPG style. And we have the Firestorm map, which is like purely just the purely mixed map. Then we have Mephisto map, which is like a transitional fever dream. And I just really like the variety of this map pack, that we have like a little bit of everything.
Did you get like a sneak peek before the maps got released, or didn't see anything?
I didn't.
Okay.
I was actually given the opportunity to map for this tournament, but I asked if I would be able to participate, and I wouldn't be able to participate if I mapped.
Okay. From what I've heard, the maps are quite highly praised among the players. They are saying that the maps are very hard, but still very good, which is, I think, quite a success. There was one complaint, though, that was, I think, quite unique. It came from Masa, and he said that the maps are lacking that Arctic theme that we could expect from them. Maybe excluding the Arctic A, which he said that this is what he would want all of the maps to look like. What do you think about that? Should there be more emphasis on the scenery, or it doesn't really matter?
Well, I think maybe the issue here is that mappers weren't really weren't given the requirements, maybe as clearly as they would want to, for example. I'm not sure, but I think the mappers like did their job to just create their like competitive style of scenery. And I mean, there are some flavors, like for example the salmon map, which has just these salmons like around.
Yeah, Masa also said that this is a nice touch, and it was enough for this map. But for example, Bodo and Nordland seemed kind of like plain.
Yeah, Nordland and Bodo are the maps which are just normal. The scenery is just normal, but I think the Kaisa map is a nice example of maybe what the map should be. It's just a normal competitive scenery, but with just a little bit of this taste. As well as the map by Rocket. Maybe it doesn't really have like any like salmons, for example, but it has like this vibe of like being in the Arctic, like the whole like the map is like situated on like a lake between the snow and stuff.
Yeah. When we talked before the maps released, you said to me that the big motivation for you for qualifying are the additional activities players will be invited for. I think you are in the minority of players that are actually excited for those. What are the activities you are anticipating the most?
I think the activities which I anticipate the most, it's we're getting to like interact with the community there, and I really like the fact that there will be some activities which will involve like discovering the region and the culture of the region as well. I'm excited to just to attend those activities which are not strictly related to, for example, like gaming and stuff, like are more related to like culture and heritage of the region.
Yeah, when we were talking, you said that you named like hiking and fishing. Do you do those kinds of things often, or do you just want to try them out?
I really like hiking and just wandering around. Fishing, I've never done fishing. I mean, I've done once and it went terrible, but I would be excited to try. Also to just have fun with the other players as well.
Yeah, you also said that it will be a nice opportunity to spend time with the pro players. Who do you want to meet the most, like from the pro players? Who do you want to spend time with?
I would say everyone.
Everyone.
But it would be nice to like meet people who I've like looked up during my time in the game. For example, Spammy
Mhm.
and Carl Jr. and Pac. But I think I would be really happy to get to know everybody there. Maybe
Mhm.
not even the players, maybe some spectators as well.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm a little bit worried though that when we arrive, there will be like this. There will be these like groups created because there are many people who like already know each other then, and I don't know any of the players. So no, there will be the group, for example, there will be some groups that stick together. For example, like the Dignitas gang, for example, they might stick together as well. The French speaking gang, like they might
Mhm.
stick together and not really. I'm not sure. Not really interact with anybody else. I mean, it's a possibility. I'm not saying it will be that way,
Mhm.
but I would be happy to like meet anybody there.
In our previous interview, you said that you aren't really big on representing Poland and stuff like that. It's not like really your motivation to compete. But now you are the only Polish player in the roster. It means that the most, if not all, Polish fans will be rooting for you, like cheering for your success. How do you feel about that? Is that another layer of pressure, or are you not concerned about it at all?
Mm, well, I have to gladly take the baton and represent Poland, I guess, in this tournament. And I don't think it really adds much pressure. Uh, yeah, I'm not sure what to say about this.
Hmm.
I don't feel really that pressured about it.
Okay, so not concerned at all. And what do you want to accomplish at the Arctic Gaming Experience 2022?
Well, my initial goal was to like come even, so so to take the top 12. I
Hmm.
mean um yeah, the threshold when you get like 500 euros of cash prize. That was my goal. But
Hmm.
then I realized that when training, I was way too focused on my goals, and I thought it's not healthy to go into the tournament in like this position as like the I don't want to go with the mentality that my only goal is to like come even in the tournament. And I think this would be way too pressuring for me, and I wouldn't really enjoy the time there, and instead just focus way too much on the goal and probably be like stressed all the time during the vacations there. Yes, I'm
Hmm.
calling it vacations.
So with what mindset are you going in?
I'm just going with the mindset to meet people and have fun together.
All right. Well, I hope you will achieve what you set for yourself. Thank you for the interview. Do you have any short message for your fans and the viewers?
Yeah, I would wish everybody who's coming to the event a very safe travel because it is quite far away, and I just wish to meet everybody there. And I would thank all the people that support me.
And to all the viewers, you can find all the links to Deska Socials in the description. Thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoyed, I invite you to leave a like and subscribe for more interviews in the future. Thank you very much.